Hello, my lovely amazingnesses. Well, I'm not sure if you guys are mine, but I'm just going to pretend you're mine because I love to have things, amazing things. So, hey, welcome back to my channel. I am Victoria-Monique, and I'm here to love you into even more of yourself, if that's what you're looking for, or if you're just looking for information on how to play this amazing game of life in a fun and easy way. I can also assist you in getting your desires, in being what you desire, actually, because we're not getting anything, right? You don't get what you want, you get what you are. So I can assist you in transforming yourself so that you are a match to your desires. So if that sounds like something you would like to try on, then check the description for the possibilities how you can work with me. I don't like the way the word work so much, but maybe I just have to let it go and say work. So how you can work with me, it's in the description. I want to talk about how I want to talk about a couple of things. It's probably going to be a bit of a ramble, but stick with me because I know it will be a good one, because I feel that it's percolating and coming through. Okay, first I want to read to you a chapter from Neville's book, Your Faith is Your Fortune. Chapter 21, Daniel in the Lion's Den. Before I go into it, it's not such a long story. It clicks for me at an ever increasing level, and also because I see the results, the amazing results of the work that I'm doing when I'm then also reading and listening to Neville. At the moment I'm very much into Neville stuff. It is so, I just feel my cells jumping with joy. And that is what I also wish for you, that this is the same for you. And before I go into the story, really get this. Everything is created from how you're feeling now. Now, it doesn't matter what happened just now. Now, from this moment, what you're thinking in the quiet of your mind, what you're feeling inside of your body, that is what creates. That is it. So you don't dwell in the past. You don't go to the future, or unless it's a really good future that you're, but no fear of future situations that haven't happened and will not happen if you start to focus differently. Everything is a product of your thoughts. Did you see my short? All is thought. Don't tell it like it is, tell it how you want it to be. The whole world is created in your wonderful, beautiful imagination. Really, dudes. It is so simple. In any case, chapter 21, Daniel in the Lion's Den. Thy God, whom thou servest continually, he will deliver thee. Who thou servest continually. So what are you thinking of the whole time? He will deliver thee. He will give that to you. The story of Daniel is the story of every man. It is recorded that Daniel, while locked in the lion's den, turned his back upon the hungry beasts, and with his vision turned toward the light coming from above. He prayed to the one and only God. And if you were like me, because I don't have it anymore, and the word God has a really charged feeling for you, humor this story for a second. because the word God has been tainted by Christianity, but in fact, they just hijacked it. Yeah? The word God is something beautiful. You can also think all that is. The lions, who were purposely starved for the feast, remained powerless to hurt the prophet, so they couldn't. Daniel's faith in God was so great that it finally brought about his freedom and his appointment to a high office in the government of his country. Cheers. Here's to you, Daniel. This story was written for you to instruct you in the art of freeing yourself from any problem or prison in the world. Most of us, on finding ourselves in the lion's den, would be concerned only with the lions. We would not be thinking of any other problem in the whole wide world but that of lions. Yet we are told that Daniel turned his back upon them and looked toward the light that was God. So this is about ignore 3D. Leave the mirror and change your face. Do not take what you see for real because it is an echo. It is a shadow. Paper dragons. In this case, paper lions. If we could follow the example of Daniel while threatened with any dire disaster, such as lions, not really, poverty or sickness, if, like Daniel, we could remove our attention to the light that is God, our solutions would be similarly simple. So before I go on, to the light that is God is super flowery, right? So it's about, because God is your wonderful human imagination. So it's not the dude up in the sky or the dudette up in the sky or whoever your God of choice is, a sitting Buddha smiling. Oh, look, I have one behind me. Whoever your God of choice is, it is your wonderful human imagination. Wonderful human imagination. Turn your light there, because your light is your consciousness. What are you aware of? That is your consciousness. So turn to the light of God means turn to your thoughts, your imagination. You're so powerful. We are so powerful. I want to quote Bashar here for a moment. He speaks about that we cannot never ever have a lack of anything. You can have a belief that you lack something, but you cannot lack anything. You cannot. It is not possible. How does he say it again? You can have an abundance of lack because you're always abundant in something. And if you think you're lacking something, you have an abundance of lack. But if you think you're abundant in amazing things, then you have an abundance of abundance. You always have an abundance of something based on what you're focused on, where your light shines. That's what you will see. He also speaks about you cannot trust. You always trust in something. You might trust that you are not trusting, but you always trust in something. Do you get the paradox here? Do you get how you are such a powerful creator that you don't even know how powerful you are because you're pretending not to know? It's also often that people don't want to take responsibility because then they're like, this also means that I created all of that shit. Yeah, you did. But it's not to blame you. It's to help you understand that you're a powerful creator. And now that you know better, you can do better. Okay, let's go on. So, for example, if you were imprisoned, no man would need to tell you what you should desire is freedom. Freedom, or rather, the desire to be free, would be automatic. The same would be true if you found yourself sick or in debt or in any other predicament. Self-imposed predicament, may I add. Lions represent seemingly unsolvable situations of a threatening nature. Every problem automatically produces its solution in the form of a desire to be free from the problem. Therefore, turn your back upon your problem and focus your attention upon the desired solution by already feeling yourself to be that which you desire. Continue in this belief, and you will find that your prison wall will disappear as you begin to express that which you have become conscious of being. So that's why a lot of YouTubers that are into Neville speak about persisting. Continue in this belief, persist. I have seen people apparently hopelessly in debt apply this principle, and in but a very short time, debts that were mountainous were removed. I have also seen those whom doctors had given up as incurable apply this principle, and in an incredibly short time, their so-called incurable disease vanished and left no scar. Look upon your desires as the spoken words of God and every word of prophecy of that which you are capable of being. Do not question whether you are worthy or unworthy to realize these desires. Just fucking do it and go for it, right? Accept them as they come to you, so don't condition them. Accept them as they come to you. Give thanks for them as though they were gifts, which they are. Feel happy and grateful for having received such wonderful gifts. Then go your way in peace. Such simple acceptance of your desires is like dropping a fertile seed into an ever-prepared soil. When you drop your desire in consciousness as a seed, confident that it shall appear in its full-blown potential, you have done all that is expected of you. To be worried or concerned about the manner of their unfoldment is to hold these fertile seeds in a mental grasp, and therefore to prevent them from really maturing to full harvest. So, which means get out of the way. The how is not your job. If you had the desire, you felt it real, you dropped the seed, and then the how is not your job. I'm not sure if he goes into that. We will see in a moment. But so I love the repetition of things like working out in a gym. Like I do handstands almost daily. I train chin-ups. I train monkey bars, weights, and I get increasingly stronger and more agile and better. And so I love to also repeat things that I'm creating. Not like, oh, I wish I would have them, but either they're already there and then I make them even more amazing, or I continue to affirm for what it is that I'm creating in a positive way so that it feels good and not from lack and feeling like, oh, I need to do this, but because it just feels amazing. Don't be anxious or concerned as to results. Results will follow just as surely as day follows night. Have faith in this planting until the evidence is manifest to you that it is so. Your confidence in this procedure will pay great rewards. You wait but a little while in the consciousness of the thing desired, and then suddenly, and when you least expect it, the thing felt becomes your expression. So he talks about how you wait but a little while in the consciousness of the thing desired, which means you're in the state of having it. You're already in the state of having it. You don't get what you want, you get what you are. And that's why repetition also helps, because it prepares your nervous system, your body, everything. It prepares everything for, I already have it now. So you will feel the normalcy when it shows up. It's just like, yeah, yeah, duh, of course, I already felt it. I spoke about this before, that some people go completely insane when their thing manifests, which is pretty interesting to me, but that's a whole different video. And for me, that's a sign of, oh, it doesn't sound like they're too ready. It sounds like it's very jarring and very like they can lose it quickly too, which happened to me in the past as well. And so when you prepare your nervous system for something, it just becomes like, yeah, psh, of course, of course. And nothing has gone wrong, right? Nothing can go wrong. It just can be a very intense experience. And you can get everything back that you lost, and vice versa, by being whatever it is you choose to be. Yeah. Life is no respecter of persons and destroys nothing. It continues to keep alive that which man is conscious of being. Things will disappear only as man changes his consciousness. Deny it if you will, it still remains a fact that consciousness is the only reality and things but mirror that which you are conscious of being. The heavenly state you seek will be found only in consciousness, for the kingdom of heaven is within you. Jesus, this book, man. It's such a heavy book. Okay, I'm going to read this one again, this part, because it's so good. Things will disappear only as man changes his consciousness. So when you go from I have it, I deserve it, I'm worthy, and it's normal for me to have it too, oh my God, I hope it will stay, oh what if I fuck it up, which is a different consciousness, then it goes away until you switch consciousness again. Your consciousness is the only living reality, the eternal head of creation. That which you are conscious of being is the temporal body that you wear. Let that sink in for a second. That which you're conscious of being is the temporal body that you wear. Multiple versions of yourself based on who you're conscious of being. Seth speaks about that we move through a series of versions of ourselves. So we don't move through time, because there's no linear time, there's only now. We move through multiple versions of ourselves. And depending on your consistency of self-definition, what Bashar says, you see, you experience the version of you who you're consistently being. To turn your attention from that which you are aware of being is to decapitate that body. So, this is really good. Well, it's all really good, but I love this especially. Your consciousness is the only living reality. I already said that. The eternal head of creation, yes. That which you are conscious of being is the temporal body that you wear. Now, to turn your attention from that which you are aware of being is to decapitate that body. So, body without a head. But, pay attention. Just as a chicken or snake continues to jump and throb for a while after its head has been removed, likewise, qualities and conditions appear to live for a while after your attention has been taken away from them. So you will still see a shadow, an echo, shadow maybe not, but an echo of things that you're like, hey, but wait a minute, I'm creating something different. Like, Do you remember the money video that I made? The last one? I think it was a couple of days ago. I might link it in the description. I might not. I might have you just look for it. So this video, I said, even if you have been working on creating more abundance for yourself and all of a sudden you get bills and you're like, yeah, but how is this possible? I was working on, so bills that you didn't expect, because expected bills is a different story. How is this possible? I've been creating more abundance and now I'm getting these bills. It's an echo. It's the snake or the chicken without the head. I'm not really sure if this image is so nice, but okay. What he speaks about here, that it's still throbbing and jumping, and even after its head has been decapitated, it doesn't mean shit. It just means, it's old news. I know what I'm creating now. So don't react. You can, but I wouldn't, because it's not necessary. Okay. Let me repeat that one because it was really good. To turn your attention from that which you are aware of being is to decapitate that body. But just as a chicken or snake continues to jump and throb for a while after its head has been removed, likewise, qualities and conditions appear to live for a while after your attention has been taken away from them. Man, not knowing this law of consciousness, constantly gives thought to his previous habitual conditions and, through being attentive to them, places upon these dead bodies the eternal head of creation. Thereby he reanimates and he resurrects them. One more time. Man, not knowing this law of consciousness, constantly gives thought to his previous habitual conditions and, through being attentive to them, places upon these dead bodies the eternal head of creation. Thereby he reanimates. They were dead, but you're reanimating them and you're resurrecting them. Like Franken-chicken and Franken-snake. So don't do it. Don't Franken-chicken and Franken-snake. Don't. Just let it be. It is old news. And you know what the good news is? Your point of power is now. So even if you Franken-chickened and Franken-snaked, you can decide to stop doing that. Because the point of power is now. It doesn't matter what happened before. It's just so much calmer and easier for yourself when you play with the rules of the game. Take your attention away from it. Only focus on what you want. Like Abraham Hicks says, don't tell it like it is. Tell it how you want it to be. Don't tell it like it is. Tell it how you want it to be. You must leave these dead bodies alone and let the dead bury the dead. Man, having put his hand to the plow, that is, after assuming the consciousness of the quality desired, by looking back can only defeat his fitness for the kingdom of heaven. As the will of heaven is ever done on earth, you are today in the heaven that you have established within yourself. Everything comes from within. For here on this very earth your heaven reveals itself. The kingdom of heaven really is at hand. Now is the accepted time. So create a new heaven. Enter into a new state of consciousness, and a new earth will appear. Drop book. Wow. So this explains in a very interesting parable with a lot of interesting images why you should just be focused on what it is that you like to experience, as if you're already experiencing it. And if that doesn't work yet, then just go with what makes you happy at this moment, and make sure that you're constantly in feeling good feelings and having nice thoughts. And while contrast is necessary, you cannot 100% of the time be positive and feel good, because that's just not possible. We didn't come to play that game. We came to play a game of contrast, because when we see what we don't want, we know what we do want. Just do not dwell in the not wanted. And understand, everything is created from within you. No one has any business within you. No one can hamper you from getting what you want. Nobody. This is your game. You are the creator. You are responsible. Everyone else is just a player in your bubble. You are the OG in your bubble of reality. Everyone else is just a player. So if you're watching this, I am a player in your game. Yeah? You are the OG. I have no say in your reality whatsoever. And you have no say in my reality whatsoever. You have multiple realities to choose from, by who you are choosing to be within the silence of yourself. Leave the mirror and change your face. Okay, I trust and I know that this was super valuable and helpful. How do I know? Because my video didn't stop, which it did the other day, and I was babbling and I thought, isn't that interesting? It just stopped. It was just like, no, this is bullshit information. Start again. And then I recorded a really good video. So, one more time. If you would like me to assist you in stepping into the version of you that already has it, because you don't get what you want, you get what you are, I would love to work with you. Check the description. If not, I love you just the same. And I see you in the next piece.